Hi everybody, so welcome back to my channel. This is Cozy Crafts by Lindsay, and today I'm going to be making the Star Stitch pattern, and that's a little mouthful to say, but I don't know if you can see it very well, but this is what we're creating, these little star stitches. This is my simple piece. I'm going to be trying to make mine in red and blue. So you choose whatever color you want, but today I'm going to do mine in red and blue. 4th of July is next week, so I think this will be a good color. So make you a slip knot. However way you do it, make you a slip knot. Now for your starting chain, you're going to want to make the pattern 2 plus 1. So I mean 2 plus 1 is 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. That is to create these star stitches, but you're going to need plus 1 to start with. So it doesn't matter if you go to 100, you're going to need 101. If you need 140, it's going to be 141 chains. But we're going to do 20 plus 1, which is 21. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 18, 19, 20, and 21. Okay, so here is our starting chain. And I started this one out with 21 stitches also, and it shrank a little bit, and that is also because you turn and everything. But it's don't have a whole lot of shrinkage, but this does use more yarn than most patterns. We're going to go into that first chain, so not the chain that you're already working out of. You're going to go to the next chain, grab your yarn, pull it through, and go into the next chain. Grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull it through in 4 chains. Grab your yarn, pull through all of it, and chain 1. Now, right here where you have that little hole, you're going to go in, grab your yarn, pull it through, and then this last loop that you made, you're going to go right there, grab your yarn, pull it through. You're going to go into this last chain that you completed the yarn through on that last turn. Grab your yarn and pull it through, and then you're going to do that 2 times into the next 2 chains. 1 and 2. Grab your yarn, pull it through, chain 1. Let's keep going. We're going to go into this hole where you just did your chain, but not the chain itself, just that little hole right there. Put your needle in, grab your yarn, pull it through, go into the last chain, or the last stitch that you did right there. Grab your yarn, pull it through, and then the last chain that you worked in right here. See, you did your last stitch right here. We're going to go into that same one, grab your yarn, pull it through, and then into the next 2 chains. So 1, 2. Grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, pull it through. Grab your yarn and go through all of them in chain 1. Now you're starting to see the star stitch. I'm going to tilt it a little bit this way so y'all can see it better. So you're starting to see the star stitch right there. Go into that hole, go into that stitch, go into the last chain that you worked, go into the next 2 chains next to that. Grab your yarn and go through all of them and chain. Keep going. Go into that hole, go into that stitch, going into the last chain that you worked into, and then go into the next 2 chains. Grab your yarn, go through all of those, and chain 1. That is our pattern all the way to the end, and when we get to the end I'll show you what you need to do, okay? Our last 2 chains, grab your yarn, pull it through, chain 1. Now we're going to, in that last chain that we worked, we're going to put a double crochet right there. 1, 2. So we put a double crochet there. We're going to chain 1 and turn your work. Now this first stitch right here, because we did our chain 1 right here, now this first stitch we're going to do a single crochet, chain 1, skip the next stitch, and go into the next one. Chain 1, skip a stitch and go into the next one. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, and then single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, go into the next, single crochet. Chain 1, skip a stitch, single crochet. Do that all the way to the end. Get to the end, skip, and there we go. Now we've completed our first row of the star stitch. I'm going to make me a little slip knot because now I want to do red. It'll probably be easier to see it too. And I'm going to go back to my last single crochet, and I'm not going to finish it. I'm just going to put that red in there, and then I'm going to chain 3. 1, 2, and 3. Hold that a little snug, turn my work, and then I'm going to go into the first chain, grab the yarn, pull it through, go into the next chain, grab my yarn, pull it through, and then the chain that I worked into, grab my yarn, pull it through, and then the chain 1, we're going to grab our yarn, pull it through, and then the last one we're going to end on the single crochet. Grab your yarn, pull it through, grab your yarn, go through all of them, grab your yarn and go through that loop and make a chain. Okay, so we're going into the hole again. Same way that we did on the first round, we're doing it on the second round. We're going to that first hole. We're going through that first stitch. The chain that we worked into, we're going to work into that. The single, the chain loop, we're going to go into that. And then the single crochet, that is right here, we're going to grab that too. And then we're going to go through all of those. Chain 1. And you keep doing that all the way down, just like you did on the first row. Okay, so I'm working my last star stitch. Going into that first single crochet that we created. Grab my yarn, go through all of this, and make a chain. Then what I'm going to do is in that same place that I made my last stitch, so right here, I'm going in and making a double crochet to end my work. And you can see that these are a little bit better than the blue, but you can still see the blue. We're going to chain one and turn our work. Now, not the chain that we created, but that first or that last stitch right here where the double crochet is, we're going to single crochet into that, chain one, skip this chain and go to the next and do a single crochet, chain one. We're going to skip, easiest way to tell is we're going to skip this and go to the next, but if you see this hole right here, we're not stitching in that. We are stitching at the top of this last stitch right here. Chain one, chain one, single crochet, chain one, and you can get, once you get into a rhythm and you know exactly what you're looking for, you can kind of mindlessly crochet through stuff like this. Chain one, single crochet. Now we've completed 4 rows, but if you flip it over, you have star stitches all the way across. And if I wanted to, I can go back my last chain, and instead of completing my single crochet, what I'll do is I grab my yarn, don't complete it, then I'll grab my traveling blue yarn, leave it a little bit loose, because if you put a border, you're going to cover all this up. You're going to chain 3, turn your work, and then you're going to start your star stitches again. So the first chain, 1, 2, the chain where you started your chain at, that one, the chain 1 in between, that one, and then your single crochet, you're going to go between there. This is the repeat pattern. It is very simple. It just uses up a lot of yarn. But once you get into a little rhythm, it is a very, very relaxing stitch to do. I made a cream colored blanket out of nothing but star stitch, and what usually would be maybe 2-3 rolls of yarn at the most turn out to be, I think, 5 rolls of yarn to finish the blanket. So y'all be ready to eat up some yarn with this stitch. I think it would be pretty to have a red, white, and blue blanket out of this. You know, because it is a star stitch. And be something quick to whip up right before the holiday. And something to have a good memory with. And there we go. It is that simple. I'll just chain one. Actually, no, not chain one. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm going to put a double crochet right here. Don't forget to put your double crochet. Chain one and turn your work. Single crochet, chain one, skip a stitch, go into the next, all the way down. And it's that fast and simple, y'all. Chain one. And you just continue all the way up. What I would do was I would probably change my next color to white and then do blue, red, blue, white. That's how I would probably do my rows. You could do it red, white, and blue in that order, or blue, red, and white. Whichever order you choose, I think it would be very, very pretty. Okay, guys. Well, if this is something you like and you want to see more tutorials from me, please like and subscribe, and I will see y'all on the next tutorial video. Bye, y'all.